Hello, I'm Carla. Thanks for joining. Today's class, we're working on opening in the groins, that external rotation of the hip. For supports, you're going to need 2 bricks, a strap, as well as a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a bunch of folded blankets will do. Folded blankets just for our beginning. And if you do shoulder balance and head balance in your practice, definitely what you need for shoulder balance, the foams, the blankets, etc. And for today, we're also using a wall for balance. So grab your stuff and meet me on the mat. Right, so take a folded mat to sit on and come to sit in a cross-legged position, Svastikasana. In Svastikasana, you want to get the knees and the thighs parallel to the floor, which is why we take a little bit of height. So if your knees are really coming up and your groins are tight, take more support underneath the buttocks. You want to settle the thighs down, settle the knees down, and a quietness here in the groin and the hip region. You want to feel that you're seated on your buttock bones, on the pinpoint of the buttock bones. So where the sacrum may be hanging into the floor, draw up the sacrum into the body, but keep the abdomen back towards the spine and feel that you come onto that pinpoint of the buttock bones. You can use your hands on your knees to draw yourself up, or your hands next to you to extend yourself fully. Lengthen the front of the body, lengthen the sides of the body, and also lengthen the back body. So settle the buttocks down, lift the kidney band up, keep the shoulder blades into the body to open the chest, and the shoulders down away from the ears. Once you've been there for a few breaths and you're able to keep the tallness in the spine, as well as that sort of earthing element of the legs, and keeping the head and neck straight, bring your hands into the prayer position without bringing the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. And on an exhalation, allow the eyes to close. Just be still here with your breath. Keep your focus on your body. So you've set aside this time to come to your mat. Just now, for a few moments, completely bring yourself to your mat. Becoming aware of your body, of your breath. Using the inhalations to lift up the spine, to open up the chest. Exhalations to release the thighs down, to release the shoulders, to release any tension in the groins. Just completely be present with your body. If you normally begin your practice with the 3 Oms or an invocation, then do so. Otherwise, just be with your body and your breath, making your own dedications for your practice. On the next breath out, release the head down, keep the chest tall, and with the head bowed down, relax the top shoulder, release across the back of the neck, lift up the chest. Taking a moment here to salute the divinity within. On the next breath out, release your hands down, lift up your head, and gently open your eyes. I'm going to begin with a nice gentle twist, so lifting up tall, extending the spine fully. On an exhalation, take a turn to the right. Roll that right shoulder back, bring that left side of the chest through. And for the beginning, just keep your head in line with your sternum so that you're working on sort of awakening the spine and extending the muscles around the spine, not just turning the head. Keep the knees and thighs down. Use the pressure of the right fingertips to lift the spine, to lift and open the chest. And then on an exhalation, coming back to the center. Lifting up tall once more, keeping that tallness in the spine. Exhale, come across to the left. Use your left hand behind you to press into, to lift and open the chest, but also take the left hand close to the right buttock so that you're able to use the arms more effectively to twist. When you use your right hand on the left knee, don't lift that knee. Press the knees down, lift the chest up, keep the head in line with the breastbone. And then on the next breath out, you can exhale and come to the center. Change the cross of the legs now so that the other leg is in front. And perhaps this feels a little bit awkward for you. Maybe you need to take more height, just see how it goes. Once more, you can use the hands next to you to lift and open the spine. You can open up across the chest. And then each exhalation, just remind those thighs and those knees to quieten down. Using your hands on your knees is also nice because it helps to bring that femur bone snugly into the hip socket, and you get a little bit of leverage to bring that lower sacrum into the body. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of a deeper twist. So we'll start with the arms raised up, but as soon as your shoulders tighten, you take your arms down. So inhale, Urdhva Hastasana in Svastikasana, knees and thighs down. Now, as you exhale, go into your twist, release your arms when you need, and take the back of the left hand onto the knee and turn. And as you turn, feel that you're releasing the knees and thighs down. There's a lovely extension in the spine, so don't twist on a slumped spine. And then when you feel like you've turned that whole shoulder girdle against the pelvic girdle, then turn the head. Don't drop the chin, keep the neck extended. Roll that right shoulder back and away from the ear. You don't have to bring your arms up when you come back to the center. So pressing into the right fingers, inhale, lift and extend the spine. And as you exhale, come back to the center. When you're exhaling and coming back to the center, don't exhale and slump down. Keep that extension of the spine throughout. So Urdhva Hastasana, maintaining that length in the front, the back, the sides of the body. Exhale, ground the knees down and twist. With the back of the right hand against the left knee, see that you keep this right shoulder back and down. As you turn, the abdomen is back in its place, not hardened. You're extending the spine by pressing into the left fingers, moving the left hand to the right. Keep the chest well lifted. And once you have that whole shoulder girdle is pretty much perpendicular to the pelvic girdle, then only turn the head, keep the head upright, roll that left shoulder back and down. Don't forget to breathe. The last press into the left fingers, inhale, make the spine absolutely tall, maintain that tallness, come back to the center on an exhalation. Right, we're going to come to Baddha Konasana now. So take your blanket or whatever support you're sitting on, and can you turn it at an angle so that there's a little neat peak of the blanket coming to the front. I'm going to place the crease between the thighs and the buttocks on those neat edges of the blanket so that when I bring my feet together, if I adjust myself correctly, I can feel that it snugly fits, the buttocks snugly fit on the blanket, but the thighs are free to descend. So bringing the feet together, my feet want to open up. You are trying to keep the heels, the feet together. You could have your strap here if you're very, very tight in this pose. If your knees are really up, also take a little bit of extra height. And useful is to take the hands next to you. So with the hands next to the hips, pressurize the fingers and extend up the spine. As you extend up the spine, can you feel openness in the side of the chest also, and roll the shoulders back and down. As you take the shoulders back and down, exhale, and also take the knees down, the thighs down. So in classic Baddha Konasana, you're trying to get the knee down to the floor. And you're also trying to keep your feet as close to your body as possible, as well as your spine up. So do your best here. Use the inhalations to find extension in the spine, to maintain that openness in the chest. Exhaling, keep moving the knees down to the floor. Extend up the spine, head and neck straight. And now bring the hands, if you can hold onto the toes without leaning forward and scrunching the front body, go for it. Otherwise, take a strap or hold on to your ankles to maintain the lift and openness in the chest. And now see, are you able to pound the knees down, extend the spine up? You want to open from the pelvic center, open those groins, release those groins, extend and open into the inner knee. If you feel caught at the inner knee, then you can spread the calf and the thigh muscle apart to create a bit more space. You want to open from the inner groins to the inner knee, wrap from the inner knee to the outer knee, and from the outer knee, draw into that hip socket and see, does that give you a little bit of a lift up? And on the next breath out, you can, holding onto the knees, bring the legs together and extend the legs. So we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana to begin. So Supta Baddha Konasana, take your bolster and have a blanket to support your head. If you don't have a bolster, you'll need to put some cushions or get a pile of blankets that you can maybe create a bolster. Your strap is going to be a nice big circle, and we're not putting the strap on us. So keep the strap free for now. You're going to come in front of your bolster, have just a little space between your buttocks and the bolster. And when you come down, see that the bolster is straight and that the blanket is going to support the head and the neck, not underneath the shoulders. Just remove any hair clips or ponytails. Now, this strap, my knees are together, and I'm going to thread the strap over my knees. Think if your strap was a big cone, you're going to put it over. The strap end is facing me so I can adjust it easily. Bringing my feet close to the body, strap is in front of the ankle. Trace the strap so that you're sure that it's sitting at where your leg attaches to the body. And then this strap at the abdomen, can you move it down towards the pubic bone? And then you tighten the strap as much as you need to see, can I come to a nice Baddha Konasana where the outer thigh is being cupped in and bound. So now, once you've got the legs, adjust the buttocks down, settle the spine centered on the bolster or whatever support you're using. Adjust your blanket so that the head and the neck is supported. Feel that you extend the spine, but the flesh of the shoulders is away from the ears, and then relax your arms down at your sides. In this Baddha Konasana, can you spread the thighs apart, the knees apart, like you're opening a book? And at the same time, feel what the strap does at the outer thigh. So the outer thigh is held up. So there's an extension across the inner thigh, but from the outer knee, can you suck into where that strap is? So you keep that femur head snugly into its hip socket, but there's this openness in the groins. And then also feel, you can take with your hands, and where you adjusted your buttocks to move away from the waist, can you also take the outer thigh down towards the heels so that the inner thigh rolls up towards the face, the outer thigh rolls down towards the feet. Inner groins extend towards the inner knees, outer knee draw into that outer hip. So once you've got that feeling, that sensation, we're going to put our feet on the floor, bring the knees together. You can remove your strap, roll onto your side to come up. And we are coming to Supta Pavamuktasana. You're going to need your strap for Supta Pavamuktasana. We're going to come now to Ekapada Pavamuktasana. In Ekapada Pavamuktasana, you're going to start in Supta Tadasana. Have your strap with you because we're going to use it for a variation. So Ekapada Pavamuktasana, we are bringing that shin into the body, that thigh into the body, but you're keeping this length on the side of the body. This variations we're going to do are to take the leg out to the side like a Baddha Konasana shape. So you're going to place a little loop of your strap around the ankle. Now, the first one, we're going to hold with the hand on the inner thigh. The second one, you're going to move your strap to the outer thigh. We're going to do the same Baddha Konasana shape with the leg moving out to the side, but the hand is on the outer thigh. So we'll start with the right leg. First, come to Supta Tadasana. Lengthen the spine along the floor, shoulders down, buttocks down, extend the legs. Keep this length in the side of the body and this openness in the abdomen when you bend up the right leg for Pavamuktasana. So interlace the fingers and bring that shin in towards you, Ekapada Pavamuktasana. That extended leg, stretch into the inner line of the leg. Don't let that leg just become loose. Extend that leg and keep it a nice Tadasana leg with the foot nicely flexed. Now, with this length on the right side of the body, you want to press that right leg into the abdomen, onto the chest. Release, take your strap on the foot, and now holding as close to the foot as you can. Turn this right knee out to the side, place the foot on the floor, and we're trying to get the knee to the floor, but without lifting this opposite hip. So left leg pins down, right knee, the foot is hooked, and my knee's out to the side. Where my hand is touching here on my inner groin, I want to remind that inner groin to spread, to soften, to release, to open from the center pubis to the right, through that groin into the right inner knee. Let that knee descend, but keep that left thigh on the floor by keeping that left thigh extended. And then lift that right knee. Now swing your arm to the outside, hold as close to the foot, and bring that right foot into a Baddha Konasana shape there. Open that front groin as you did a moment ago. And where this outer thigh is holding or resting on that forearm, can you lift that outer thigh away from the floor and into the body? So you open from the groin to the inner knee, down to the outer knee, from the outer knee, suck into that outer hip. The whole time, the left side of the body is engaged. Then bring that leg up, remove your strap, and extend your leg. Just extend both legs completely. Make sure your spine, your back body is nicely spread. And we're going to go to the left side now. So the right leg stays extended. The abdomen stays free as you bring that left leg in. You're clasping the hands at the shin to bring that leg in. So you're just working a deep bend in the thigh, in the hip, and you want to get that left thigh onto the abdomen. Right leg, extend, especially into the inner line of the leg. Then taking your strap around your left ankle or foot, holding the strap as close to you as you can. Take the knee out to the side and the foot and the knee down towards the floor. Being careful not to capsize and roll to the left. So extend that right side. You can even keep your right hand on the right side to remind it to stay down. Where your left hand and strap are touching that left groin, soften there, open there. Just feel that you're opening the pelvis from the right to the right, from the center to the right, from the center to the left, so that there's a spread in the pelvis. Extend that inner line of the thigh and draw in that outer leg now. So lift the leg, take the hand on the outside of the ankle. So now when I take that left leg out to the side, that thigh is resting on that left arm. But now I need to move that section into the body. Don't allow it to just collapse to the floor. It's what that strap was doing in Supta Baddha Konasana. Right side is alert. Left side, I'm working at opening that groin, but at the same time feeling that action of the outer hip, outer thigh in its place. When you've been there for the same length of time as the first side, you're going to bring that leg up. You can release the strap and extend both legs into like a Shavasana position. Just let the hips and the legs release and relax. So we're going to come now to Vrikshasana, but we're going to use the wall for Vrikshasana. And if you are a beginner, if you struggle to bring that leg up into the thigh, then have your strap handy. So we'll rest the buttocks against the wall to begin. Come to stand away from the wall slightly in Tadasana, pressing the heels down, extending the spine, opening the chest, extending the arms. Bring your hands into the prayer position and then extend the arms overhead for Urdhva Namaskarasana. Elbows should be locked, so the forearms are pressing against the head, but the chest is lifted, the head is lifted. So this is the classic position for Vrikshasana. In this position, see, can you take the thumbs to touch the wall and be standing tall in Tadasana? And exhale and release. So when you're trying to first learn your balance in Vrikshasana, that's a nice little trick just to use the thumb against the wall in case you need it. So we're going to take the right leg up first. You'll take the buttocks to the wall so that this buttock flesh, you want to release the buttock flesh down so that the sacrum is against the wall. The feet are only slightly away from the wall. Bend up the right leg and bring that right heel into the very root of the left thigh. Using the wall for support, get the body absolutely upright. And now everything you did on the floor, where you were opening the groin to the inner knee, wrapping, taking that knee closer to the wall, and sucking that outer thigh into the hip socket. This leg shouldn't be jutting out. So this foot, once it's fixed in, that left outer hip and thigh, they have to be working strongly to get me in. So once you've got this shape, see, can you bring the buttocks away from the wall? Can you move your hands away from the wall, finding your balance with the hands in the prayer position, and then finally extending the arms up. All the while, I'm moving the knee back, outer thigh, outer buttock in. See if you need to use your thumbs to the wall for balance. See if that's helpful for you. Then on an exhalation, releasing the arms, release the leg, and stand in Tadasana. Once again, take the buttocks to the wall, lengthen the buttock flesh down so that the sacrum is comfortably on the wall. Then you've also got your hands to support you, yeah? Bend your left leg. You want to externally rotate this leg and get that left foot right up into the groin of the right leg and fix that right outer buttock, that right outer hip in. With the support of the wall, turn that knee out to the side, but bring that outer hip in so that you can still feel the levelness of your sacrum on the wall. You haven't completely turned when you started working on moving the knee back. Feel, can I come away from the wall with my buttocks, keeping this right leg absolutely strong and steady. That's your tree trunk. Hands in Namaskarasana, and then complete the pose in Urdhva Hasta Namaskarasana. Keep the gaze steady. Extend the body. Focus on extending, breathing. On the next breath out, release your arms down, release your leg, have a rest, just in Tadasana. So we're coming to Virabhadrasana 2. In Virabhadrasana 2, that action of the hip is very important. So when you bend the leg in Virabhadrasana 2, the buttock shouldn't stick out and the knee shouldn't come forward. There's that same Baddha Konasana action we've been working on, where you open from the groin to the inner knee, you wrap from the inner knee to the outer knee, and sucking into that outer hip, you bring that bent leg buttock in to alignment. So be aware of that when it comes to this pose. Right, who's starting in Tadasana? If you have no injuries, you're going to jump and spread the legs and the feet on an inhalation. Otherwise, you bring your hands and then you simply step the feet apart. Outer edges of the feet are down and parallel to each other, and your legs are wide so that the wrists are above the ankles. We're going to go to the right side first, so you can turn your left foot in a little bit just to stop it from turning out. Keep that left leg nice and strong, both arms fully extended throughout. Turn the whole right leg right from the groin, right where you had your strap in that Baddha Konasana. Now, on an exhalation, you're going to bend the knee, but you're going to keep that awareness that I'm extending, I'm extending, I'm extending. Come to a 90-degree bend with that right leg. Left leg is strong. And if you've kept your nose in line with your navel, great, you turn your head to complete the pose. If you're leaning to the right, extend into that left arm. Turn from the navel, turn that left side of the abdomen away. Keep moving the right knee towards the small toe side. Then pressing into the heel of the right foot, straighten the right leg, turn the feet. You can rest your arms if you need. Turn the left toes or the right toes in slightly. Turn the whole left leg out. Right from the root of the thigh here, you need to revolve. Extend into the arms, open the pelvis, open the chest. With the right leg nice and strong, you're going to exhale and bend. But as you bend, feel that openness in the groin, feel that drawing in on the outer hip. Keep the buttocks aligned if you can, and with the nose in line with the navel, with the right leg and arm straight and strong, you turn to look over the left side. Let's take a few breaths here. With the right leg strong, press the left heel into the floor to straighten the leg, turn the feet, and you'll either step or jump the feet together, coming back to Tadasana. So in Pajva Konasana leg shape is exactly what you just did in Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to work it a little bit differently. So have a brick for support. And for the first one, you're actually not using the brick, but we're coming to Pajva Konasana with the elbow rested on the knee. So if you have a look, it's the same turning that we just did now, the same bend where we're trying to keep the knee back, the buttock in. But now when it comes to Pajva Konasana, if I put my elbow on my knee, I'm going to use it to help get that movement of the knee back. And I'm opening the chest before taking the arm up and over. So we're going to go to the right. We'll do 3 Pajva Konasanas to the right and 3 to the left. The first one, we are taking the hand on the elbow. So step or jump the feet apart. Turn the feet to the right. Inhale, as you exhale, come through that Virabhadrasana 2 shape. Make sure you've given yourself the correct distance, that the shin is perpendicular. Then bring the elbow onto the knee. Take the top hand into the waist and lift the chest. Push that elbow and knee back, but bring that right side of the chest forward. You don't unbend and keep that left leg absolutely strong. Then the top arm comes up and over. You want an absolute straight plumb line from the bottom fingers to the top hand. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and come up. For the second one, we're going to do the same thing, but we're taking a brick near our inner foot and we're coming onto the brick. So when you're ready, place your brick. Inhale, and as you exhale, come through Virabhadrasana 2, extend yourself to the brick. The hand is in front for this one, top arm up and over. Now, use that upper arm to move the knee back and get that right buttock in. Left side of the body is completely extended and that left leg must remain strong. Then push off the brick. You can actually move the brick to the outer foot already. Inhale and come up. Now the more classic pose. Inhale, exhale, bend the knee, hand to the brick, and take the top arm over. Now the knee has to move back of its own accord. Get that knee to move back. Get that right buttock to come in. You want to feel that work in that hip. Extend the left side. Inhale, and up you come. Turn the feet and bring the feet back together in Tadasana. Rest in Tadasana. Now we're going to come Pajva Konasana to the other side. So, step the feet apart. Lift up your spine, extend into the fingers, turn the feet to the left. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend the knee. Then when you come over, the elbow goes on the knee, top hand comes into the waist for now. Roll the shoulders back, turn the chest, keep that knee bent and the back leg strong. Push the knee back and the buttock in. Get that openness on this left groin. Then the top arm can come up and over and extend. Keep turning and pushing the knee back, turning the chest to look up. You've been there for a few breaths. Inhale, come up. Second side, second attempt, we're using the brick in front. So, legs nice and strong and extended. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend and take the arm in front, top arm over. We're turning away from the knee, turning to the chest, but keep moving that knee back. Use that arm. You have it there for a reason now. Turn. Breathe. Bring the brick on the outer edge of the foot. Inhale, come up. We go straight into our third attempt on this side. Now the hand is behind. Inhale, stretch the spine, open the chest. On an exhalation, bend and go. Now this knee has to move itself back and the buttock has to come in strongly. You keep bending the knee to a 90 degree so that that right side of the body is a long, straight line. Pajva is side, corner is angle. So this is a side angle. Don't let the arm drop. Then coming up, turn the feet, bring the feet together, and just have a rest here in Tadasana. Okay, Trikonasana is the pose that you actually use to go into Ardha Chandrasana. And we kind of hold Trikonasana when you go into it, but you're coming into it from Pajva Konasana really. So when you do Trikonasana, it's the same thing we've been doing all along, where you're turning this whole leg. Now, if I don't keep this turn and this buttock in, if I start to let this hip stick out, I'm going to feel a lot of pain on my knee. So the minute I bend it, my foot is automatically going to turn. And when I come up, I've got the incorrect shape for my foot for Ardha Chandrasana. If you're new to Ardha Chandrasana, use a wall for the first few attempts. If you need a brick, have a brick. You're going to come to the left side of your mat. Your brick is handy already. You're turning the feet to the left, and you can place the brick down. If you use the brick for Ardha Chandrasana, you're going to use it in Trikonasana also. Extend the arms and the legs and the spine. In nice big inhalation, and as you exhale, extend over that right leg into Trikonasana. Keep the buttock in here already and the chest opening so that this right foot stays facing to the right top end of your mat. Now, bend the right knee like we just did in Pajva Konasana, the knee pressing into the hand. You're going to step your hand with your brick or without, a full foot forward, and then Extend the left leg up in the air, and once the leg is straight and up in the air, you can press into the right heel, straighten the right leg too. And you're turning to the side. You're not allowing your body to turn to the floor. Keep that buttock in on the right side and open. Turn the abdomen from the right to the left. Turn the chest from the right to the left. To come out of it, bend the right knee with control. Step the right arm and the left leg well back. Come to Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet. Bring the feet back into Tadasana. Just rest the arms for a moment. If you fell all over the place, take the support of the wall and let's go to the other side. So you're coming to the right side of your mat and you're going to step your feet wide for Trikonasana. Turn the right leg out, the whole right leg out. Already get that open Baddha Konasana groin, that movement of the femur and the thigh in. Extend over the left leg to come to Trikonasana. Steady yourself here. Bend the left knee, Vajra Konasana shape. If it's easier for you to have the top hand bent and in the waist, go for it. You're going to bend the leg, step the left arm forward, right leg in. Now, stabilize then. Right leg straight and strong, it lifts up. You open up that right hip and the left leg straightens. Left buttock is in. Open the chest from the left to the right. Open the pelvis from the left to the right. Keep that left outer hip in. Femur head into the hip sockets. To come out, bend the knee with control. Step back with the right foot and the left hand. Come to Trikonasana. On the next breath in, come up. Turn the feet and bring the feet together in Tadasana. Right, to release, you're going to come to Prasarita Padottanasana. You can use your bricks if you need. You're going to step the feet apart, keeping the legs nice and strong. Extend the spine forward. Take the hands on the floor in line with your shoulders. So yeah, you're wanting to catch your breath, but you can still keep the legs nice and strong. The knees in, the thighs lifted. If you're able to release into a deeper Prasarita Padottanasana, then you do. However, if your back rounds when you go into it, then rather stay in the upright central position, the Ardha position, halfway position, so that you can work on the grip of the thighs, that extension in the back body. And then slowly you'll start to work your hands back in line with the feet. And then you'll start to work at descending the crown of the head to the floor. When you work on descending the crown of the head to the floor, you're working towards Shirshasana. So if you do Shirshasana, head balance, we're going to do it, you would do it after Prasarita Padottanasana in this sequence. So you will exhale, let the head settle to the floor so that you're already prepping for Shirshasana. Or you're just there as a release pose after the standing poses. Now, firm up the knees, come up. If you need to heel toe in before coming up, do that. And we're going to bring the feet together, rest in Tadasana. So if you are doing Shirshasana, then do Shirshasana now. You'll pause the video, you'll do Shirshasana, and you can do the Ekapada, those kinds of poses, but also Baddha Konasana, because Baddha Konasana is what we've been working on. So I'll show very quickly. If you do not do head balance, please don't just try it at home without support, without the knowledge of it. Don't do it without somebody helping you, without you having an established practice. So you're going to come to your Shirshasana position. You can go in with bent legs or straight legs, and then you're bringing the feet in line with the perineum, the knees wide and the toes pointing up to the ceiling. So don't have the feet back so that your knees can go back. So you'll do Shirshasana, with the Baddha Konasana variation. Otherwise, we're coming now to Upavishta Konasana. If you need a blanket to sit on, you're going to take a little bit of support as we did at the beginning of our practice at an angle. We're coming to Upavishta Konasana where the legs are going to be nice and wide. So again, the thigh is free, but the buttocks are supported by the bolster or by the blanket. You know you need support under the buttocks. If first of all, you're very tight that you can't straighten the legs, take more height. And also if the sacrum is dropping to the floor. If your legs are straight, but the spine is collapsed, definitely take height to get the sacrum into the body. So take whatever height you need and have your strap handy for Upavishta Konasana. And we're taking the legs nice and wide. Now, you want that same openness in the groins and that same extension of the inner line of the leg. And then from the outer edge of the ankles, you're drawing into the outer hip. So it's that same circular action. When you sit in Upavishta Konasana for a little bit, if the legs then are able to go a bit wider, take them a bit wider, but don't overdo it. We're going to come to Pajva Upavishta first. And in Pajva, we're turning to face the right leg. So the right side, we have to move out and back, and the left side, we have to bring forward. You can use your right hand next to you for support at first as you extend the left hand towards the right foot. If you cannot reach the foot, you have your strap, you can make a loop as big as you need. So the right hand is helping you to turn the body and to keep it turned. The left side, you are extending. Once you come to the right side, don't forget what the left leg is doing. Still extend that leg and keep it absolutely active. If this is as far as you're going to go, fine. Otherwise, pressing the legs down, extending the spine further, take both hands to the feet, head down towards the shin to complete Pajva Upavishta Konasana, where my body is facing the right leg. Elbows up, keep moving. The left side of the back, kidney, the shoulder, all down. Right side of the abdomen and chest out to the side. Pressing into the legs, lift up, and up you come. Bring your strap with you if you used it. Coming to the upright position once more. Now we're going to go to the left. So we're turning to the left. Now it's the right side of the back that needs to come forward. And from the abdomen turning to the left, the chest must turn to the left, and the whole trunk has to face that left leg. Using your left hand for support, stretch the right hand towards the right foot and keep the body turned. Keep the body turning to that left leg, but don't lose the action of the right leg. Once you've extended and turned to your capacity, see, can you pound the legs down, bring the hands across and extend forward, head down, elbows up. Keep the legs pressing down and extended. And then come up, release back to the center. This is a nice way of doing Janu Shirshasana because the legs are already wide and the knees will be at that obtuse angle. So you're going to bend up your right leg, keeping the right knee back. Once more, we're turning now to face that straight leg. If it's helpful for you to go into it, where you're using this hand to maintain that turn and you're extending the arm, then go from that position. Otherwise, if you're able to keep this knee back, the body facing the extended leg, extend the arms, come through the concave action to really get the lift of the chest. And then with an extended spine, exhale, head down, elbows up, and this right knee is moving back and down. Janu Shirsha means the head and the knee. It's the head of this knee has to move down and back. It's not bringing your head to your knee. You want your face to your shin. Be there for a few breaths where you are continually turning the body to face the extended leg, extending the extended leg, opening that right knee back and down, and then come through the concave action, extend upright, extend this right leg out back to Upavishta Konasana. Now, bending up the left knee, so the knees are at that nice obtuse angle that you want in Janu Shirshasana. Now we're going to turn. As you turn, you keep this left knee back and down. It's that Baddha Konasana leg we've been working on. You can use your right hand to support as you take the left hand across. You can use your strap if you need, or Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come forward to the concave back action where I'm stretching this left side, and then on an exhalation, release down. Elbows up, head down, knee back. Welcome to do the full clasp if you know it. Otherwise, just keep holding on to the feet, lifting the elbows, letting the head come down, and keep that turning of the body towards the right leg, but extending the left leg away and taking that knee back and down. Inhale, come up, lift yourself up, extend that left leg, coming back to Upavishta Konasana. Now bend both legs and see how is this Baddha Konasana of ours coming. Is there any change from the first one that you did? Do you maybe have less support? Do you get the knees lower down? Are the feet closer to your body? Lift up the spine. Open the chest. Press the knees down. And the next breath out, bend the elbows, extend the spine forward, and use the elbows to press the thighs back and down. Use the feet to pull your navel towards the feet. Shoulders away from the ears. Don't scrunch the shoulders and round the back. If you're reasonably down, you can take your elbows onto the floor. You can start to descend the head, extend the arms. The head of the shin is back. The knees are back and down. You walk your hands back. Extend the legs in Dandasana. I'm going to come to lie on the left side of your body. If you need your strap, keep your strap handy. Lying on your left side or lying on your abdomen, you can extend your left arm along the floor and turn onto the left side. You can use your right hand at first to balance. So that right leg shortens, extend the right leg, open the spine, find your balance on the side of your body. If you keep rolling around and capsizing, then the left leg, you can bend it back like a little tripod. Otherwise, make your feet your tripod. Flex the feet, get that small toe on the floor. Then, keeping this elbow back, keeping the armpit on the floor, bend up your left arm and just support the head. Hand is just above the ear. Once you have your balance, you're going to bend up that right leg and hold the ankle. So this is what we've been doing all along. Feel, can you get that buttock in so much so that this pelvic bone in front touches that right forearm? The knee has to go back, the buttock has to come in. You can quieten your gaze just in front of your chest on your mat. Then, bending the knee up towards the ear, see, can you hold your big toe? And then, if you've got your balance, extend that right leg up, and you can slowly bring it towards you, but keep the buttock in. Don't allow that groin to fold and the buttock to go back, because then you're going to roll back. If you cannot straighten your leg, you can work here because we're working the buttock in, the knee back, or you can take a strap around the foot to straighten the leg. If you can bring the leg closer, you bring the leg closer, but you keep that buttock in its place. Exhale, release. And you're going to turn around and go to the other side. So just roll onto your right arm here, roll onto the right hip. Your feet are flexed to hold your balance, and you take the elbow back as you bring the head into the hand. This armpit, you're trying to open it to the floor. If there's a massive gap here and you're unstable here, then put a blanket there. When you're balanced, bend up the leg. First, come to the Vrikshasana shape, where I'm holding the ankle and I'm bringing that hip in, the knee is back, chest is open. Feel the firmness and the steadiness of that right leg on the floor also. And then, keeping that left buttock in, bring the knee to the ear, holding the big toe, extend the leg. Open that front groin, extend, open that front groin and extend to the inner heel, from the outer heel, suck into that outer hip and keep that top buttock in. If you allow that buttock to roll back, you are going to fall out the pose. Shoulders are away from the ears, chest is lifted, gaze can be just to the front edge of your mat, but keep working that rotation on that left leg. You can bring the leg closer to you if it's within your practice to be able to do so, and if you're able to keep that buttock from dropping back. Then you will release and come out of it. So if you do shoulder balance in your practice, you're going to do a shoulder balance now. You'll set up your supports so that the neck is free, and you'll go into just a classic shoulder balance. Also, you can do the Baddha Konasana variation, because then you can see where the feet line up and what the knees are doing. So you can pause the video now to do shoulder balance if it's within your practice to do, and then you'll meet us back again. We are releasing now in Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Urdhva Prasarita Padasana at the wall. We're going to bring the buttocks to the wall, rolling onto the side. So my buttocks are still into the wall, and then I'm going to roll onto my back. Move your ponytail out of the way. Adjust yourself so that the shoulder girdle and the hip girdle are aligned. The back waist is nicely lengthened. Relax from the shoulders to the fingertips. And then take the legs hip distance apart or narrower or wider, whatever works for you, and let the legs become loose like Shavasana. So you can rest the legs here after the work we've done. Let the weight of the legs fall into the hips and the pelvis, and just feel softness in the hips and the groins here. You can close your eyes. You can start to completely release and let go. Almost as if you're bringing yourself into a Shavasana state, but the legs are up in Urdhva Prasarita. Relax the feet, the knees, the groins, the hips. Once you feel that your heart sort of come back to a normal, steady rhythm, and you feel that the breath is quietened, you release out of this pose, coming to Shavasana. So when you're ready to come out, you bend your knees, roll to your side, and come up. If you need a blanket for your head for Shavasana, take a blanket for the head. Or if you need a bolster for under the knees, anything under the knees, tape it. You're going to come to Shavasana. Now in Shavasana, you're going to start with the knees bent, again, so that you can get that length of the spine that we just had in against the wall. Release the shoulders away from the ears, arms at your sides. And when the abdomen is quietened, you're going to extend the legs and then let go the legs completely. Make sure that the buttocks stays towards the heel so that the back waist is free and that the top shoulder is away from the ear. The flesh of the shoulder blades is away from the neck. Relax the arms completely. Let go from the shoulders to the fingertips. You need to have a sloping down from the hairline, down the nose, down to the chin. If your chin is higher than your forehead, lengthen the back of the neck, soften the throat. And if you still can't get that sloping down feeling and that quietness in the throat, take a blanket to support the head and the neck. Let go in the abdomen. Any adjustments you need to make, do them at the beginning so that you can come into a quiet Shavasana. Once you've let go in the abdomen, let go the hips, the groins, completely release the legs, let go the legs. Make sure none of the skin of the leg that's touching the mat feels trapped. And just take a few deeper exhalations, using those exhalations to bring you into a quiet, surrendered Shavasana. Soft inhalations, releasing, quietening exhalation, and then just bring the breath to normal. Soft inhalations, peaceful exhalations. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you feel you need or that you have time for. When you're ready to come out of Shavasana, start to lengthen the inhalations. If those inhalations become fuller, they can draw you back to the surface of consciousness. When the eyes feel ready to open, you can keep them closed. Bring the hands to rest anywhere on your trunk where is comfortable for you. And the next breath out, bend your knees. Take your right arm up over your head and roll onto your right side so that your arm forms a cushion for your head. Your knees can come up into the body and you're curling into a fetal position. And the left side of the body is just holding you quietly in this Shavasana state. When you feel ready to come up, press the left hand into the floor. You bring the head up last, so come up lazily, quietly. Come to a seated position. You can close your eyes and bring your hands back into the prayer position and find that full, tall openness and lift that we had at the beginning of our practice. With a small smile on your face, take a moment to give thanks for the health and strength of your body. On the next breath in, gently open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that practice. I'll see you next time.